Screen Team Media.
We'll go back to the questions in a moment here, but before we run out of time, Dan, David, what can these guys expect for the second season? I know that a lot of them are eager to hear what the plans are.
Everyone dies. Sorry.
It was all a dream. Not his way.
I would say for the readers, they know much of what to expect. I'd say it starts to get a little bit, if we're lucky enough, if we have a season 3, that's when it won't start corresponding so neatly to the books, because Storm of Swords is just too big to do as one season. So we don't know yet whether it be 1.5 seasons, whether it be, maybe it's 3 seasons for Storm of Swords, Clash of Kings. We don't know yet exactly. For second season, we've got a bunch of great new characters coming in, and we've already got such an incredible cast, but it's time to meet the Red Priestess, and it's time to meet and it's time to see those dragons and wolves start to grow up a little bit. And there's bad stuff lurking north of the wall, and it's a season of exploration, I think. So. All leading up to, our hope has always been, from the very beginning, I remember talking about this with you, George, that we can keep this alive somehow. We can get to, there's a certain scene in Storm of Swords. I'm not going to say the name of the scene because the name itself is a spoiler, so don't actually yell it out. But you all know, if you've read the books, what scene I'm talking about. Let's call it RW. And we've always felt like, if we can get to RW, we've accomplished something, And so it was terrifying, we pitched the show, we didn't know if it would go. We made the pilot, we didn't know if it would go. We made the first season, didn't know. Now we seem like we're set up pretty well. I think we're going to get to RW, and if that happens, then I can retire to my asylum.
Let's go back to the audience for the next question.
Hi, this question is actually from my friend Steve, who is a huge, huge fan of both the books and the show, but he couldn't be here today. So he would like to know, for season 2, are you going to be able to film the Battle of Blackwater the way it was written?
George is writing it, so I certainly hope so.
We're going to pass my hat around to get some contributions. If any of you have an extra nickel or something like that, who knows, it may pay for a little special effects. Actually, the guys from, when I was signing earlier, the guys from Weta came up to me and said they were huge fans of the series and all that. And I asked them if they would like to donate $7 million worth of free special effects, but for some reason they declined.
We're having a battle.
There will be a battle.
As a fan of good writing, I know that the writer can't always do what's going to make the audience happy, whether it's on paper or on screen. So for you, Mr. Martin, when you wrap stuff up, being also a fan of people like Damon Lindelof, are you still concerned about, to put it in your words, pulling a Lost?
Well, I believe Damon is in the room, so I better be careful what I say here. Yes, I am concerned about the ending. I still have 2 more books to go, and I'm juggling a lot of balls, and of course there is the deep fear that eventually some of them are going to fall on my head and knock me unconscious or kill me. But all I can keep doing is juggling as fast as I can, and hopefully bring everything together in a magnificent way. I see it vaguely in my head as stretching before me. But it's easier to dream these things than to do them. But yeah, I certainly hope that the ending will tie together. And in terms of making people happy, well, hopefully it will make some people happy. It will make people happy with the book. Although I've always been a fan of the bittersweet ending. And I've said before in interviews, that's what to expect. I mean, I love Lord of the Rings, and I love the scouring of the Shire. The fact that it was not a, hobbits dancing happily in the woods, the witch is dead kind of thing. That there was a cost to the war, and there was a human cost, and there's triumph, yes, but there's also tragedy mixed in the triumph, and I think Tolkien did it brilliantly. I hope I can do something half as good.
my question is for Jason. I wanted to know what it was like transitioning from a sci-fi show to a fantasy show. Was the filming similar special effects things, or was it vastly different?
Yeah, it's vastly different. Let's be honest here. Sci-fi and HBO are over here, and HBO's over here. This is basically a 10-hour movie, and it was absolutely one of the greatest accomplishments, and I've never been a part of anything remotely close to this. I've never worked with so many great actors. I normally don't even like my producers, let alone the writers. And I just like worship everyone. I mean, you could show up to set and just watch. I mean, I love the people I worked with on Stargate, but like literally, I mean, there's the two Americans, you know what I mean? I gotta watch all these fantastic It was like going to acting school. It was really phenomenal. Just the level of talent was through the roof. But as far as sci-fi and fantasy, I love that genre. It's just there's so many things you can do, like rip someone's tongue out of their throat and get away with it, and rape beautiful women, you know? Sci-fi. And then have them fall in love with you, you know what I mean? Next question.
I love this show. It's my favorite show. And all of you are phenomenal actors. This one's for Emilia Clarke. You play my favorite character, Daenerys Targaryen, and I want to know how you can portray such a strong but realistic and feeling woman. Because to me, I find you one of the most identifiable characters, and the way you portray it is phenomenal. So, do you have any pointers or tips or anything?
Oh my goodness, first of all, thank you so much. That's, yeah, amazing to hear. How do I... Okay, so when I read the books, Dani she just seemed, I don't know, very real to me. Like, I understood everything that she was going through and kind of her mentality and everything. So, I just, yeah, so the tips I would give you is just, like, be, I don't know, be true to yourself. I don't know. I'm feeling all embarrassed now. Yeah, I just got her. So I would just say kind of, it's women, we're strong, we're good, we're powerful, we're sexy, we're like, own it, do you know what I mean? Like it was her instinct to be able to survive. I think that was fundamentally the thing that I got and kind of hopefully portrayed. But yeah, just be true to yourself.